Hello YouTube. Hey, it's Dave here with another watch review. This time my Citizen Echo Drive limited edition to 2,500 pieces, Blue Angel themed World Chronograph, reference number AT8020. And the AT stands for Atomic Timekeeping, meaning that this is a watch that is set each night by radio transmission from one of the 5 towers around the world, and this one in Denver, Colorado, or somewhere in Colorado. And this connects about 2 a.m. and will set the watch to the atomic time. So this is also a perpetual calendar with date function, 43 millimeters in diameter, 12 millimeters in thickness, and a very irritating 23 millimeter lug width. But that doesn't bother me because this is the only particular strap that I want for this watch. This does come with stainless steel if you want that particular model, but even though this is often poorly reviewed, the watch strap, I wanted it on this particular blue because I love the look of this, the yellow, the beautiful case back, the Blue Angels theme, and even though this, you can tell, cracks very easily. This is a used piece, so this has some wear, but you know, this is not going to last forever. However, these can be picked up. I found them on the aftermarket for a little under $60, and so one day if I want to just replace that, there's a way to get that. So we have the Citizen Echo Drive movement, which is what drove me to this watch. Ever since I've gotten into mechanical pieces, I've not really been into quartz. However, I do respect the fact that there are some companies like Citizen and Bulova who've really stepped up the quartz game and have really done some great technology utilizing quartz. And in this case, the Echo Drive, keeping the movement powered, and the radio atomic setting each night, keeping it accurate, the 200-meter water resistance. This makes this watch what I call a low maintenance, if not no maintenance watch. This is an ultimate grab and go. So if you're not really into mechanical watches, you're not interested in owning all the pieces that I like to own, and you just want a dependable watch, this is a dependable watch. And Citizen certainly does that. Now, I tried this on at a Macy's where they wanted a whopping $550 for it. Don't pay that. I paid a little over $200 used, and so these are about $200 to $250 used on eBay, about $300 at Joma Shop. But a very beautiful theme. Again, this is a limited edition of, I understand, to be about 2,500 pieces, but there are plenty available out there if you would like to add a watch like this to your collection. I personally am a sucker for blue and really don't have a lot of blue in my collection, so this is what I was hoping for. Because I wear blue a lot in my shirts and stuff, especially on the weekend when I'm dressing more casual, blue polos, and this just looks really beautiful with it. And you see the yellow accent around the bezel, and let's see, this bezel is, it's a blue ion plated bezel. And the strap is, I believe, it says leather, but I believe it's also a polyurethane coating on the leather. And so this theoretically is water resistant even with the leather strap. A lot of folks say don't take your chronographs into the water, but I'm going to trust the 200 meters. If they went to that much trouble sealing it and getting it certified for that, then to be able to call it that, then I'm going to jump in the water. And why not? Because that's the beauty of this watch. Low maintenance to no maintenance. Worry-free watch wearing. Now, it's not worry-free when you first pick it up, at least if you pick it up used. So in picking this up used, the minute hand was aligned right in between the minute markers when the second hand hit 60, and that was, of course, annoying as heck. The time was off by an hour when it would set. So something was out of calibration. So this is a watch that you can reset back to zero, completely calibrate it, and so that's what I did. I'm going to attach a link in the description to a video that walks you through this. It walked me through it, and I was able to reset the video, or reset the timepiece, so that it would accurately then record the time when it received the next radio signal. So in this case, you just simply pull the crown out 2 positions. You hold these 2 buttons down for 3 or 4 seconds. You release it, and you go in a reset mode. In that reset mode, you will go step by step. You will make sure the 6 o'clock dial is aligned. You'll make sure the 12 o'clock dial is aligned. You will calibrate the date by turning this until it spins around to right in between the 31 and the 1. And when you stop it in between, then it'll calibrate it. And then you line up the time to straight up 12 o'clock. So once you have everything aligned, then you push it back in, and now it knows where the hands are on the dial. And then you proceed to set the watch. Now you can do that manually if you do not live near the radio towers. In this case, I live in Pennsylvania. I'm at least 1,500 to 2,000 miles, probably 2,000 miles away from the radio tower. But at night, this watch will reach that tower, and the antenna for this watch is somewhere in the 9 o'clock area. So they recommend, and in this case, I put it in manual mode, which is to hold this down for 2 seconds. It will move it into the RX position, which is to receive the transmission. I sat outside and just laid this on my front little coffee table on the porch and aimed it west towards Colorado. Let it go for about 15 to 20 minutes. It takes a while because it's such a low frequency that each bit of information coming to the watch comes over the period of about a minute. And so it takes a while for it to receive all that data. And then once it does, it takes a while to spin the hands and get everything calibrated to where you want it. So that's really what I recommend if you pick this up used. Do a full reset, follow that video. Now the second half of that video is how to manually set it, but if you're anywhere near a radio controlled area, you don't have to do that. Just wait till the evening time and either manually around dark receive it, or in my case, I've done some experimentation with it, just letting it sit in my watch box with the watch box closed. I have a glass top on it, and of course I have a bedroom window that faces west towards the radio tower, and every night I have received a signal. So what I'm going to do is show you the features here by pressing this button. This button is going to do 3 things. One, it's going to show me the power reserve, which is right here, how much power is stored up in the battery. Then it's going to show me with the second hand what time zone I am set to. And then third, it's going to show me whether or not I received a signal last night. So and I'm going to have 10 seconds after I push that. So we see the power reserve is nearly full. We see I am set for New York City. And then we see that I did receive the radio signal last night. And then it automatically resets itself. Now you can set the chronograph by pulling this out, or not the chronograph, pardon me. You can set the GMT time zone by pulling that out. 1. Okay, now I will be traveling to Dallas next month, so I plan to take this watch and I will simply turn that to Chicago time, and it will take me back an hour. Now, one of the beautiful things about this watch is when I say low maintenance and no maintenance, the low maintenance is setting it up for the first time. The no maintenance is the fact that this is a perpetual calendar. So when there are 30 days in the month, it will move from 30 to 1. It will bypass 31. And on leap years, it will know whether to go from 28 or the 29th to March 1st. So it knows that. If you need to manually set this watch, there's instructions to do that in the manual. But it means that you will use this second hand to find the month. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So you will tell it, this is September, so I'd go to 9. This is 2017, the first year in the 4 years of leap year, so I'd go 1 more. And then once you set that, it knows, okay, so that is September. You're in the month of September, and you are in 2017, or the first year of the leap year. And then it will know when to perpetually set the leap year function. So, if that wasn't confusing enough. We also have the chronograph. So the chronograph is engaged by just pressing this first button. I'll let it get past the 12 o'clock position, and you press it. It goes to 0, and you begin running the chronograph. Like my Bull of a Moon watch, this runs tenths of a second for the first 30 seconds. And then it will stop. It continues to keep the time so that when you stop the stopwatch, it will give you a tenth of a second. And of course, you have a gradation between those markers, so you can get closer to 1/100th of a second with this stopwatch. So we'll wait for it to get past 30, and you'll see it stop as it does there. Then we will stop that, and we will reset. And then if we're ready to exit chronograph mode, press it again, and it finds the current time. Now, being that there's one real annoyance for this particular watch, and that is you can see that the second hand doesn't perfectly align with the markers. It's a little bit past. So, of course, that's annoying. I was hoping for, a copy that lined up perfectly. And being that I'm not used to buying quartz watches, I didn't even think to ask the seller if this lined up. But I'm cool with it. It's not too bothersome. And I also found that if, like my Speedmaster that has the second hand always at noon or at 12 o'clock, you can push this and you can just wear the watch like this. And the cool part about it is if we look up close, you'll notice the minute hand will advance every 10 seconds. Just advance right there. And that will, so it continues to move, and every 10 seconds it will move 1/6 of a position. There it went. You also have on this dial a Monday through Friday, days of the week. Just keep it simple. And there you see it is, today is Saturday, the 23rd. And so it's a very, again, beautiful, maintenance-free timepiece. And for me, this will be a weekend watch, just a fun watch to wear, probably a travel watch. And, bring this for regular daily wear, and then a nice watch for going out at night. And that'll be it. The lume is pretty good. It's not the greatest, but my judgment of lume is not how bright it looks 5 seconds after you remove the the flashlight. It's really more about how does it look when you are waiting a couple of hours. And this at 4 a.m. when I wake up to see if it's time to get up or not, I can look at this and see very well that we have plenty of lume left in the middle of the night. And so that's this watch. It's really beautiful. One more feature that I will never ever use is probably what I almost forgot to show you. You have the slide rule. That is a math thing, and that's all I know because I'm an English guy. I'm a language arts guy. I'm not a data guy. So for you data folks that want to use your slide rule or make a video to teach me how to use it, would love to see it. But otherwise, that's just an aesthetic feature. But there you go. Beautiful watch. Highly recommend it. I'm enjoying it so far, and if there's anything that changes, I will certainly update you. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.